He said by morning we could go down from the ledge to the Ark.
Oh, the Ark.
Well, the next morning it was raining again, and we stayed in, didn't go up. As long as the clouds are up there, there's no use to do anything. Because sometimes you could see somebody's feet over there, and that's all.
And would you describe exactly what you saw the first time that you saw the Ark down there, where you were, what it looked like? And
we were sitting by this big rock. You probably know where it is. And we had been there for quite a long time. Down here, we could see right across here, but over here and down there we could see nothing but the top of the clouds. And they kind of drifted on down. Then they showed me this. The first piece we saw was the main structure. And it, from where I was standing, looked like a bluish colored rock. And then we come back a little bit and you could see in the end, you could see these lines which were beams in there. And then we were watching this and they showed me the one over here then. Now, all the time we was up there, we never, I don't think there was 2 hours that we could see anything. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yes.
But then they showed me this here, and it was hard to tell which direction it was laying, because you couldn't even see the little beam that under the other ark is a beam. It goes, he says, from one end to the other, down below. And then if you're over here and see this rock, it looks kind of like this, where the boards had separated, and this piece over here is the same way. They fit kind of like that.
Why do we get some reports that people have claimed to have seen the Ark on Mt.Ararat, yet dozens of well-financed expeditions have gone up there looking for it and have come back empty-handed? Either it's up there or it's not.
Are the reported sightings of the Ark on Mt.Ararat in Turkey the delusions of religious fanatics? Are they perhaps just innocently mistaken eyewitness reports? If so, how can we account for the ancient wood and artifacts found high on this treeless mountain? For many years, we thought the ultimate answers to these questions were lost to the ages. But now, modern scientific technology and new archaeological explorations are beginning to unravel many of the long-forgotten secrets of the Noah story. But our primary quest is to find genuine, convincing evidence of the Ark's existence, and ultimately, to find the Ark itself. To do that, we'll trace the footsteps of the Ark hunters who have gone before us. We'll follow clues gathered from their early expeditions as we mount our own search to find the legendary Noah's Ark. Existence of the Ark has long been a topic of great controversy. It's normal and understandable for us to be skeptical of ancient accounts. That's why the first modern discovery of evidence of the Ark's existence created such excitement and brought on a rush of contemporary investigations. In the mid-1950s, Mt.Ararat finally gave up its first 20th century physical clue to the Ark's existence and whereabouts. It was to be the beginning of a series of modern-day successes in cracking the secrets of the Ark. A French demolition engineer named Fernand Navarre first became interested in the Ark while serving in the military as a young man. Navarre began the first of a series of expeditions to Mt.Ararat in 1952.
My Kurdish guides had abandoned me at the lower level of the mountain, and so I tried my best to proceed on my own. I was not able to find the Ark exposed, but I did see a massive dark shape frozen under the glacier ice. I knew then I would have to return to discover what it could be.
Navarra did return in July of 1955, accompanied by his young son, Raphael. What we see here is actual footage filmed by Fernand Navarra and his son during their expedition.
1955 was a warm year with a great glacial meltback. I know if I had a chance to reach the Ark, it would be now.
It was Raphael who first spotted something. Navarra carefully lowered himself deep into a crevasse at the 13,500 foot level.
The wood was easy to see, but was frozen into the ice. Still then, I had no idea how big it was.
What Navarra chopped from the ice was a 5-foot hand-hewn wooden beam.
I had dreamed of this. Raphael and I were excited like it was Christmas time. I tried to carry it down the mountain across my pack. It was very heavy. I could not keep my balance. We felt so bad that I had to cut the wood, but later I would have to cut it again to send out sample for testing.
A proud moment and fulfillment of a long-held wish. But was this actually wood from Noah's Ark? It was determined that the type of wood Navarra found does not grow near Mt.Ararat. As a matter of fact, there's not a forest within 300 miles of the mountain. Navarra himself had the hand-hewn wood that he had found tested in 3 different laboratories. Now he was told that its age was about 5,000 years, clearly in line with the biblical account of the flood. The scientific tests proved beyond question that something very old, something very mysterious, was definitely on Mt.Ararat. Fernand Navarra's exciting discovery had opened the door to a new generation of Ark hunters. Much of what we commonly know about the story of Noah comes from the book of Genesis in the Bible. Our investigation of the mysteries surrounding Noah's Ark shall begin with a simple question. Why would God destroy the world and nearly every person and every animal in it? The answer, according to the Bible, is that God saw great wickedness within his earthly creation.
Noah's Search, probing satellite imagery for lost Ark. Moviegoers will recently treated to Noah, an epic story of bravery and sacrifice from the Old Testament, a saga in which the titular character takes on the divine mission to build an ark to save creation from an apocalyptic deluge. Outside the big screen, speculation has swirled for decades that the leftovers of Noah's Ark hugged the heights of Mt.Ararat in eastern Turkey at a spot known as the Ararat anomaly. In true detective jargon, call it an anomaly of interest. Satellite imagery and analysis may make it possible to resolve the mystery. Portia Taylor, a professor of paralegal studies in the School of Professional and Continuing Studies at the University of Richmond, has led the search into the Mt.Ararat anomaly. Taylor's quest began long ago, he said. The cognitive genesis of my journey began in 1973, some 41 years ago, in my junior year as a cadet at West Point, he told Space.com. Back then, Taylor came across credible rumors, ricocheting off the walls of the academy that a CIA spy satellite had accidentally imaged what appeared to be the bow of a ship sticking up out of the ice cap on Mt.Ararat, Taylor said. A couple of decades later, Taylor launched his own satellite declassification initiative investigating the Mt.Ararat anomaly imagery. Drawing on his 21 years of armchair sleuthing, Taylor has given unclassified presentations at the Pentagon and the U.S. Naval Surface Warfare Center. Along the way, he declared victory in convincing the Defense Intelligence Agency in 1995 to declassify 5 1949 U.S. Air Force aerial photos of Mt.Ararat. Additionally, thanks to Taylor's invitations, a number of experts over the years have performed analyses of the satellite imagery, which thankfully tempered my zeal as an amateur, Taylor said. So in this day and age, why continue the journey? The wealth of information provided by Digital Globe's satellite imagery keeps Taylor going, he said. My ultimate goal has always been that my acquisition over the years of progressively higher and higher resolution satellite imagery from Digital Globe of the anomaly might definitively change the anomaly into a known entity, either something geological or perhaps something of biblical proportions, Taylor said. Digital Globe's new and powerful WorldView 3 spacecraft is slated for launch from California's Vandenberg Air Force Base in summer 2014. Among its customer-provided attributes, the satellite will yield 31 cm, 12 inches, panchromatic resolution, making it the highest resolution commercial satellite in the world. Digital Globe's constellation of satellites would be the envy of Indiana Jones, Taylor told Space.com. I'm grateful and humbled that Digital Globe has flown numerous gratis missions for me over Mt.Ararat over the past decade, especially the Quickbird satellite mission of February 2003 that captured the boat-like form of the anomaly at 15,000 feet, without excessive amounts of snow and ice cover.